Yeah.
You speak to a lot of dealerships, a lot of dealership owners, and they likely confide to you many things. What are some of the issues that you see within the dealerships that need addressing that might not be getting the critical attention needed? Because you found an interesting niche, so obviously you're a thinker and you analyze. Is it still turnover? Is it customer retention? Is it company morale? What are some of the intangibles and tangibles that you see that are still problematic for dealerships, certainly going into this next
Well, it's
economic
such a
cycle?
great question. It's such a great question. I mean, I think turnover affects every business. And if you really can't hone in on that and making sure you've got the right team members in the right seat on the bus and really giving them what they want. What's interesting now after COVID is so many people like this remote worker option that I think being inside a dealership, I think being in the retail environment is a struggle for some stores to keep and retain people because people have gotten used to this freedom of having that remote working option. At the same time, and just our expense itself, we had a huge Toyota store up their minimum wage because they wiped out a $20,000 expense. So right out of the gates, it's one of these things where it's this huge expense. You can take that and put it towards your employees and really make sure that it is flowing through in a positive way that it affects everybody. I think initially people think, oh, we're just raising our prices. We're sticking it to the customer with this credit card surcharge. But when you can take that massive expense, again, this huge top 10 Gulf States Toyota store, $20,000 a month, they can take it and use it for the good of the store in a million different ways. That's just one example. That's a big one to help with their employee retention for sure. Now, customer retention, I think those two are always going to be big. But I think employee retention and the way that they've got to be with their employees because they're their first line of defense to their customer, I think that's the first thing always.